The Sony PlayStation, also known as the PS1 or the PSX, perhaps one of the greatest disc-based video game consoles to ever have existed. But there is a dark side, and that dark side is the PlayStation Classic, a game console, well, if you can call it that thought it could take on the NES Classic and the SNES Classic and the Sega and Atari whatever's, but it failed, and the PlayStation Classic failed epically. But how did it fail, and why did it fail? Well, today we are going to find out why on this episode of Starship Gaming. So let's start with the obvious. Well, it's technically a console. It's considered a micro console, but it has built-in games. 20 built-in games to be exact. I'm not going to name all of them off, but you can look online for yourself. Actually, in the description below, I'll include a link to the Wikipedia page, and if you want to read the list of games that were included on it, bully for you. Anyway, the micro console, if we can call it that, or a console at all, has 20 built-in games, but the problem with it is that the games that were included on it weren't very good at all. They were some really, whoever was in charge put some really poor games on it. And of course, people wanted stuff like Spyro and Crash, but I understand the licensing issues there with the current owners, but I mean, come on. At least you could have put better games on there to please your fans. And yeah, the emulator for it was open source, which probably wasn't a very good idea. Of course, you can hack into it and put your own games on it and whatnot. The same ordeal as with the Nintendo Entertainment System Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic. But that's up to you to decide if you want to do that or not. But why it failed? Well, how it failed, how and why, is pretty much the same thing in this case. Because how? It only had 20 games. Why? Because it only had 20 games. Were the games good? Some of them. Was it worth $99 when it launched? No. Was it worth investing in? No. Was it worth it still at $59.99 or even $69.99, which some stores kind of alternated between those two prices? No. But here's the thing. The prices are going down. I mean, look at it. Best Buy is even selling it for $39.99 now, and that's down from the $60 that it was previously. So, more or less, Sony made this system as a plain and simple cash grab, proving that they do not care for gamers at all. And, sad to say, it looks like this trend may continue. What more can I say about it? I mean, Sony's pretty much like, well, we'll make this product. We know you're going to buy it because you're loyal to Sony. So we're going to throw this out there. You're going to pay $99 and, we're going to sit back and make the cash. Make it rain. Well, yeah, it didn't go so well. Even at $99. I mean, who bought one? I mean, it was more or less just bought as a collector's piece. I mean, I can understand if you're a PlayStation 1 collector, or even a PlayStation fan in general, but it was not worth investing in. Not in the least. I mean, even with Best Buy selling it at $39.99, I still have to actually sit down and think, do I want this piece of crap? Because that's what it is. I mean, yeah, I know there's loyal fans out there that like it, but stop drinking the Kool-Aid for a minute and actually open your eyes and understand that we as gamers have to stop supporting crap products like this. I mean, yeah, you can add your own games and whatnot, but, At $40, it might be worth it. I mean, you could build a Raspberry Pi for that much, if not cheaper, if you wanted to, but that's up to you to decide. So, did it fail? Yes. Was it an epic fail? Oh yeah. So, more or less, how and why it failed? 20 games. Didn't have its own power supply. Well, that's another one I forgot. Didn't have its own power supply. Buy the wrong one, you fry the console. Yeah. Pretty bad decision making over at Sony. So, will it make a comeback? Yeah, I think they might attempt this again this Christmas, or at least sometime in 2019. Christmas 2019. It's currently March as this is being recorded, March 2019. But will they attempt it again? I think they will. I think they'll attempt something like putting 30, 40, maybe even 50 games on one. It's possible, but if they don't, that's fine too. So, in conclusion, yep, it failed. And why it failed? Well, game selection, lack of a power adapter, and the price. Definitely the price. So there you have it.